Everyone was so happy as we cheered on the complete strangers that were running by while waiting for our loved one to cross over the finish line and come back to us. I was trying to see a familiar face on any of the runners, but I couldn't find my aunt just yet. My mother was eager to see her as well. She was using my shoulders for balance as she was trying to pull herself up so she could balance on her tiptoes. My father was right behind us. Our family friends were scattered around us. It had the illusion of a beautiful day. It's amazing how everything can change from ecstatic and jubilant to horrifying and gruesome in the matter of mere seconds. The first bomb goes off and everyone is immersed in smoke. Every one of my senses is in use and working in overdrive. I can smell smoke and blood. I can taste the smoke going down my throat and into my lungs. I can see people on the ground, but I can't make out their faces. I can hear screams coming from every angle, each scream being muffled by my perforated eardrums. I felt the force of the first of 2 bombs, but I was left standing. I wasn't lucky enough to walk away unscathed. I felt like half of my right foot was gone. I managed to limp away to a rail. I was clutching on to that rail, trying to comprehend what had just happened. The next thing I know, I'm on the ground laying flat on my back. Men are putting massive amounts of pressure to my thigh, and they're taking off my shoes because they're covered in blood. I lift my head up to look at my thigh, and I see something protruding. It's hard for me to breathe. When I speak, it's barely above a whisper. There's a man with a friendly face that's holding my hand and telling me to squeeze it. He keeps calling me buddy and tells me I'll be okay. I'm not sure I believe him. I'm about to be wheeled away on a gurney when he asks if I would like him to stay with me. I say yes. As the people are carrying me towards the medical tent, I think in my head that we'll be killed by another bomb. Once in the medical tent, they begin tearing away my clothes and strap an oxygen mask over my face. My entire body feels tingly. I can hear one of the medics say how I'm going white and my lips are purple. I begin to shiver because all warmth is leaving my body. I can hear the medics frantically yelling, "She has a femoral artery break. She has to leave now. There's no time." Once I'm in the ambulance, I intermittently close my eyes because the urge to sleep has grown stronger and my will is deteriorating. The ambulance was cut off and the EMT in the back with me is thrown to the front of the vehicle. I was jostled around from the abrupt stop and I feel my warm blood rushing out of my thigh. I don't think I'll make it. In the emergency room, everyone is asking my name and where I'm from, and they want me to give them a number they can contact for me. I speak with enormous effort. I ask them when they're going to put me under. I just want to sleep and not feel the pain. I ask them while on the brink of sobbing if I'll be able to keep my leg. I also tell them that both of my parents were in the explosion, and I don't know if they're all right. I could be an orphan. The only person I think I have left is my brother. I want to sob thinking about how my parents could have been violently ripped away from this earth, leaving me all alone on this operating table bleeding to death. When I wake up, I'm intubated and tired. I see my dad, and I want to ask questions, but the tubes prevent me from doing so. I ask for paper and a pen and try to ask him if my mother is alive. He tells me she is alive and in critical condition. He tells me that she no longer has her legs. I feel myself start to cry as I try to write and tell him that I thought that I was an orphan. After he reads what I wrote, he begins to sob and kiss my face. The hospital wanted to bring my mother and I together, so they wheeled her bed into my room and next to me. Once we were next to each other, we both began to cry and we held each other's hands. I didn't care that my mother had lost both her legs. I wish that I could take away the pain she feels, but I'm just glad she's alive and that I can still look at her and call her my mother. I know that we both have a long road to recovery. I had a hollow hole in my right foot and my bone and tendon was blown away. Now, my foot is filled in with scar tissue and healed over. The bottom of my foot has a crack in it like the sidewalk does. My right calf has 2 incisions that were made to alleviate pressure because I had suffered from compartment syndrome. I have a massive shrapnel wound where a piece of shrapnel entered my thigh and severed my femoral artery. I have 2 incisions on both of my thighs from the surgeons taking a vein from one thigh and putting it in the other thigh to repair my broken artery. I have 2 other shrapnel wounds, one on my left lower shin and the other on the inside of my right thigh. I still have a BB pellet on the surface of my thigh, but it's a reminder that I survived that day. I'm glad I'm alive and I got to go to my senior prom, even though it was on crutches and I almost had to take my wound back so my foot could heal. I was never afraid of death when I was younger because I was unappreciative of life. After my near-death experience, I became afraid of death. I wasn't ready to leave. How could I be? I haven't left a big enough impact on the world yet. I want to inspire people before I die. I appreciate everything now. I know how fragile and delicate life is. It's precious. One day, I was finishing a book called Deadline by Chris Crutcher. It's an incredibly moving book about a boy with cancer and chooses not to let anyone know. On a page I read, there were lyrics I fell in love with. So I will climb the highest hill and I'll watch the rising sun and pray that I won't feel the chill till I'm too old to die young. Let me watch my children grow to see what they become. Lord, don't let that cold wind blow till I'm too old to die young. The lyrics pushed me to tears. I had almost died. I felt close to these lyrics. They were a part of me and will be for a very long time. I feel for these lyrics so much. I want to climb the highest hill and feel accomplished and proud. I want to watch the rising sun and see its beauty and have my breath be taken away by the sight. I don't want to feel a chill before I've done my part in life. I want to live to be at least 103. I want to watch my children grow and see what I raise. I want to know what it's like to be a mother before I die. I want to experience so many things that life seems too short to accomplish them all. I don't want and can't leave this world without a sense of knowingness that I've changed someone's life, that I've made a difference. I could leave knowing that I didn't live a mediocre life, but that I lived to my fullest. And right now, in this moment, I get to stand in front of all of you with my dress, but more importantly, in heels. In heels that I never thought I'd be able to wear again because of my injuries. My mother and I have a saying now. Every time we accomplish something that we no longer thought was possible because of our injuries, we like to say, F you, terrorists. I still get to see my parents and family and be able to tell them I love you. In my eyes, every day is a good day to be alive. Thank you.
Thank you.